Thanks. Almost forgot the microphone again. Boom. Send. And I need to open up my phone. Okay, that's on. Go back to Twitter. Oh, not logged on here. There we go. Okay, what else do I usually do? Where else do I usually post? Okay. Hello. Zayden? I think that's how you say your name. I don't think I recognize your name. Have you been part of the live stream before, or has it just been that long? Because it's been about a month since I last streamed. Granted, with all the holidays and everything going on. Hello, Cell. Nice to see you. Let's see what else we got going on. What else do I usually do? I usually post on the Discord, the Twitter, the YouTube channel community. Not that anybody ever reads that. But it doesn't hurt. I think it may hurt. Who knows? With YouTube's weird algorithm, who really knows what's going on behind the scenes? Community. There we go. There we go. I think that's everywhere. Oops, I just posted that twice. Oopsies. I need to go on my my actual channel. 1 second, guys, while I get my life together. Alright, posted in all the places I can think of. Oh, Tara! Hello! I don't think I've seen... Have I seen you on my stream before? Or at least under that name? But yeah, for everyone, this is my good friend Tara. And yeah, you guys wouldn't be friends with me if you weren't a fan of terrible puns, because that is really a core personality trait. If I have to be honest with myself, terrible puns and a good heart, which sometimes can contradict each other, because sometimes puns are like really really sadistic thing. You just tell them to watch other people suffer. Oh, hey, Red. And hello, Tia. I don't think I've seen you before either. Welcome, welcome. Also, Red, what did you mean on Discord you want to steal me? Okay, what are we doing? Last week we were working, well, not last week. Last stream we were working on this thing. It's not perfect. It definitely needs some work and doesn't quite fit the vibe of everything else. But it's good enough for now. And this whole ramp situation is less of a decorative thing and more of a logistics thing, which I don't feel like dealing with right now. So we are going to leave this whole thing alone. Good at exteriors? Giant ass clock tower. I do need inspiration for towers. Towers are one of the few things I'm terrible at. I do like this design that I came up with, but it doesn't quite fit the whole like medieval feel, you know? Steal you for the roof? What do you mean for the roof? I'm terrible at roofs. Have you seen my roofs? Like, look at that. That's terrible. Ugh. Groan. Took me a minute to realize what you meant by that. It's a fun typo. Yeah, I enjoy designing on creative, but building on survival feels more, what's the word, fulfilling? The only problem is sometimes some things are just so hard to build in survival that it's not really worth it. Like terraforming all of this wheat thing would be so mind-numbingly boring. I don't even know if people would want to watch something like that. Heck, even in creative mode, I'm surprised anybody enjoys that, because it's not a lot. Macro build? My roofs are fine. I definitely... I would say my roofs are okay, but they're probably my weakest point. Exterior buildings in general, I feel like I could do a decent exterior, but it's hard to balance exterior with interior, because things that look good on the outside don't always look good on the inside, and vice versa. In fact, that's actually a really interesting thing. Like, if you see all of those really tall buildings that have like windows perfectly spaced and whatever, a lot of those windows are just facades. That's why they're reflective, is because behind that window is literally a wall. When I was helping build a banner, most of the windows had a wall in front of it, which just seems entirely silly to me. There's got to be cheaper ways to do that, but whatever. Creating creative, slap it down in survival. Fair enough. No, it's okay, Sel. Like, we all make typos. Controversial bad idea. Make a tower that's not medieval. Ooh, interesting. So, I actually planned on doing something similar. Like, I planned on making runes here. I guess ruins. I guess both could be true. Actually, I think it would be interesting to have like it completely decimated, kind of like Roman ruins, and then maybe like further back, there's still some intact ones, or further down, or something like that. That could be very interesting. In fact, actually, what's down here? Oh, this water's gonna bother me. Where are you even coming from? Oh, I know where you're coming from. I want to do something with this eventually, but right now it's just in my way. Oh no. Shoot. Get out of here. There's also a bit of lag. What's going on? Oh, jeez. That noise always scares the heck out of me. I need to turn it down. I even know what that noise is. It's a subscription. That's what it is. Let's get rid of this real quick. It's not pretty, but we can fix it later. Bump, 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 bump. Oh god, no. All of it. All of it. No. No. No, no. Good enough. There we go. I think it's because my tick speed is weird. Oh god, all of the gravel, my favorite. Freaking gravel is literally the worst block in the game. Changed my mind. I mean, let's see. You guys are... Ooh, interesting. Share my builds. Alright, let me check out your build real quick. Oh, wow, that is massive. I wouldn't even want to touch that. Holy crap. SCP Secret Lab. So... Funny you mentioned that, because that's kind of what I was going for in my original lab kind of build in my original LP series. Of course, I was very limited to both my current skill level and the blocks added in-game. But, actually, that's kind of what's going on up here too, but less SCP, but more... I don't know, kind of a blend of SCP, because SCP is more like a... like Men in Black kind of situation. This is more just like, hey, look at this cool stuff we can exploit and use for our advantage. So they're using like basically nether crystals to infuse monsters and control them. Yeah, that's kind of what's going on. Well, then I guess it's technically like Ender energy since it's End Dragon stuff in here. Purple's more of a End Dragon kind of thing. I just couldn't do an end portal because they are only horizontal, which is silly. Yeah, I kind of figured you were busy. Usually busy on Sundays. I'm really glad you were able to catch the stream, Tara. The bare necessities. Infested cobblestone. No, thank you. It's really funny. Additionally, because like in my opinion, this is a huge build, and I guess it kind of is. It's just more spread out. Actually, I think this is the closest thing I've ever done to a village. In fact, I mean, this is technically a village. Maybe that's what I'm missing. Yeah? Maybe I'm missing housing. Ooh. Because originally, this was like a guild, so like, you know, people wouldn't really live here. They would mostly sleep at the inn, but the inn only has so much spaces, and that's more of like a transient thing. So I think it would make sense if we put some... See, I really wanted something else here. And I'm not sure if I can make housing look good, but this would make a lot of sense, especially because it has kind of like a front yard. You would have like the botany area. We need like a commerce, not a commerce, like a commercial area where you have like blacksmiths, bakers, stuff like that. What can I do? Because now that I look at this, we don't have a lot of room anymore. At least... depending on what we want out of this, because I can't really fit a whole village down here. So let's see. Over here could be a good spot for housing, perhaps. I'm also thinking there's not a lot of flat areas, but I could have basically buildings kind of on a wall somewhere. Like little ramshackles, like maybe right over here. Not really sure how you would get to them. That would look fairly sick, though. Like, maybe this could be like the commerce area then. Just a bunch of like little shops and such. Kind of like a street fair. In which case, kind of doesn't make too much sense to be in a corner, but you do what you can with the space you have. So what I'm thinking is buildings mostly built into the wall. Kind of like, what are they called? They have some in Baldur's Gate, literally in Act 3, where it's just a bunch of, like, sheds built into the side of, like, a wall. Oh, you guys are posting a lot. I'm rambling. That is really big, Red, for a clock tower. My idea of a clock tower is like 16 by 16, maybe 32 by 32 if it's big. One big ass house for the Grandmaster. Ooh, that's interesting. That is very interesting, having the shops have a second floor, which is where at least the shopkeepers live. That's a great idea. So here's what I'm thinking. So since this is all like really tiny floor space, basically the shops would be about, you know, yay big. Maybe further over, you get the idea. So about yay big, and it would stick out just a little bit from the wall, and you would have like a door here, and then you would have kind of like, for examples, fences. You would kind of have like the open market area, like right here, where they would actually display all their goods and everything. Kind of like their actual storefront. And the inside of the first floor is mostly for storage. Or maybe their valuables, like, you know, like how usually merchants keep the good stuff in the back. And then a staircase that leads up top to a house that kind of overlooks everything. I think that would look good. The problem is with the diagonals. I think I can pull that off by just making them a little bit more blocky. I think that could work. I also still wanted like a staircase or something coming up to this water, but I don't know what to do with that. Maybe I could just have like a general staircase that goes to the upper floor. Maybe the bottom floors aren't connected to the top at all. No. You know, we'll work on that in a second. But first, okay, I haven't missed too much. Because again, I'm kind of rambling and it's hard to keep track of what you guys are saying. I really need a second monitor. I had one for the longest time, but I never used it, so I got rid of it. I just need to go thrift hopping again. I'm so sad I got rid of it. I knew I should have kept it, but I've been trying to get rid of my hoarding tendencies. It's hard. Okay, so, I still wouldn't mind doing something with this wall. I'm not sure what. You have all this floating rock everywhere. That's also a little interesting area. Oh no. I'm not sure how much I could do with this this wall, because literally 2 blocks deep until you hit a frickin' sea? I would say a lake. Seas aren't that big. Or that small. Actually, I wonder. Still, like, that's definitely smaller than a Great Lake. I think the only difference between a lake and a sea is if it connects to the ocean, really. So yeah, it would be a lake. Anyway. Keeps getting out of the yard. So here's the thing. I could get rid of all this water, but even in creative, that is a pain in the butt. Just look at it. It is a lot of water. It's a lot. Because like I could do like a replace command function, but it's so much water. And if I did this in survival at all, this would be freaking hours of real-time work. So I believe instead of working against the terrain, we should be trying to work with it. And really the only problematic area is just that wall, I think. Oh, nope, all of it. All of the walls. All of the walls are terrible. No. So, I'm with you. It's doable, but not worth the effort in my opinion. Terraforming is good, but in select doses. So here's what I'm thinking. Well, first of all, how is this wall? Are they all terrible? That one's not bad. So basically, once I hit this area, that's fine. So here's what I'm thinking. How do I want to do this? It would come out of the wall a fair amount, but the problem is I'm not sure, because since it can't really go into the wall, a lot of it would be sticking out. So it would look fairly bulky. So let's try for all intensive purposes. Let's do a little guy right here. I feel like, depending on what we do, this is gonna be the bare minimum size. Literally. Now what I could do is just kind of push this back a little bit. And you know what? I could just make them wider. You wouldn't have a lot of space. I could also make them taller, but again, I don't want a lot. Although that would be really cool to have like multiple tiers. I think I have the space to do it. I think stopping like right about here would be good too. Because I don't want to encroach too much on the magic tower. What's this from? Oh, that was like a lava thing. I thought I was building something. Vast naturally occurring bodies of salt water. Okay. Wow. Okay, so I guess the primary difference is salt or fresh water. That makes sense. Also, really glad we have a water enthusiast. Also, what do you need F3 in for? Oh, didn't know you could do that. No. Wow, you learn new things every day. All right, cool. So let's see. Really, the only problematic area is literally just like right here. Once you get past this area, and that could just be like a walkway. Buildings don't have to be there, and if they do, they could be really small. I guess technically this is also a problematic area because there's like a thin veil between the two. But again, can be small things like predominantly a walkway or something right there. So I guess the main issue is this entire first area is all just pathways. And then most of this is going to be building afterwards. So let's see. I guess this would be the top of the first floor. Go this way. wrap around here. And I guess theoretically we could have another level, maybe even on the ground over here, or at least near it, because this is a beautiful little area, but I also kind of don't want to make it too... What's the word? What is it when people move into stuff? Make it too... colonized? I don't think that's the right word I'm looking for. Interesting. That could be really cool. Lived in. I don't think humanized is the right word either. Settled. Settled. I think that's the word I'm looking for. Settled. I guess like maybe like a witch's hut or something like right here wouldn't be too amiss. But still a weird spot for a witch's hut, especially if there's going to be a bunch of other stuff over here. So let's see. If I like the idea of putting something over there, but I'm not quite sure I want to do housing, considering my limitations. Now, my other options, I can't really do anything this wall either for the same reason. I don't know what to do over here for the same reason. Because, like, you pop right into here, water. Oh, yeah, I put a banner there. Over here, water. I tried making, like, a little airlock, and I didn't like that. All of this is pretty filled out. You know, in retrospect, nah, this still wouldn't have been a great area because there's not a lot of space. Don't want to do it in the mines. I guess people could just live up at the village. You don't really need to live down in the caves, because everything is very, what's the word? Public transit? Transitable? No, that's not a word. Wow, my lexicon, vernacular is failing me today. Wow. Urbanized. I think that's the word I'm looking for. So that's actually what I'm doing right now, Cell, is I have my phone propped up right under my monitor, but it's really hard to focus while I'm thinking at all, and then having to look down at another screen. You know, honestly, even if I had another screen right next to me, I think I would have that same problem. What I would like is something that shows the chat on my screen, but I don't know if that is doable. Kind of like an overlay. I wonder. I do actually need to switch back to OBS because I'm using Streamlabs right now, and I heard... I'm not sure if problematic's the right word. Streamlabs has done some shady stuff, like basically take advantage and make a lot of money off of OBS. Plus I hear OBS is just a better software in general. Like Streamlabs, I was into Streamlabs originally because I know you can stream to multiple platforms, but to do anything more than one, you have to subscribe, which is like $20 a month. It's crazy. Apparently you can do it in OBS for free. It's just a little bit more of a hassle to set up. Yeah. So, don't recommend Streamlabs. I don't even remember why I switched to it. Oh, that's great. Miner working... Ooh, Yeah, like I said, Streamlabs shady people in general, so I don't want to support them. Also, if I can save $20 a month, might as well. I do like your idea, Cell, but of course the miners would be more over this way. I think, what to do? So I still need to put something over here. My original idea was like another science wing, very similar to that. But it's very open air, so I'm not sure what to do with that. Oh, this seems like a great place to do it, considering like all the wheat and everything. Or, sorry, not the... My head's moving. I just lifted my microphone stand out of its mount instead of lifting my microphone. OBS has an overlay? Miners working. I mean, technically, what was it? The 60s? Miners were miners, so... Miner. That just reminds me of that meme where it's just like, in the 60s, children mined for coal, and nowadays, they play Minecraft. The children yearn for the mines. I think we all knew what you meant, Cell. We're just being silly and giving you crap. Taking the piss. I think... Is that an Australian phrase? Great, now I gotta look that up. Taking the piss. Cambridge English Dictionary. Ah, British. I kind of figured. I mean, technically, so you're not wrong, and America is slowly working back towards child labor, so give it maybe, at this current rate, 5 years, and, you know, miners will be miners again. Boys will be boys, miners will be miners. Jesus Christ, that is terrible. Okay, so... I like the idea. I like the idea of residential right here. But if there is residential, that means there do need to be some shops. I was thinking the blacksmithing guild is down there, but obviously that's just where they make the stuff, the forge. See, they don't actually make anything named brand down there. However, they do make knockoffs, you know, forgeries. What am I doing now besides making terrible puns? So it would make sense to have like a blacksmith somewhere up here. Ooh, hey. Maybe I could do like a shop over here. A blacksmith right next to the tavern makes a lot of sense. Like, hey, come grab your gear before you head down. Or even just a general shop. And then maybe we can speckle other buildings around. Additionally, I did want something hanging from down here. Ooh, that could be an interesting idea. Like basically have. Well, I'm not sure how I could make that work, unless like I widen that. Yeah, it just seems like it wouldn't work. Like, this wouldn't be a high traffic area without some, I wouldn't say significant changes, but it would definitely alter the vibe. Like, this definitely feels like a farm, and not like a garden meant to be traveled through. Yeah, there's a lot of places getting busted for shady stuff. Oh, guys, I have a coworker, by the way. Now, I like the guy for the most part. At least I don't have any problems with him, but his political views are something I strongly disagree with. Not that I want to get too much into politics, but the dude is union, obviously, and he is very anti-socialism, which fine if you want to be anti-socialist, whatever. But like, why are you in a union? It's one of those things. It's like, yeah, I'll benefit from it, but I'm definitely not gonna support it. It's kind of weird, you know. I won't get too much into it because I don't want to start a political debate or anything. It's just crazy that people, you know, happily take benefits and then not contribute to them at all and actively vote against them. Which, it's fine if that's your beliefs, but like, you can't have your cake and eat it too, you know? It's like all of those wealthy business people that are like, we can't have student loans. You took back a loan, you pay it back. It's like, okay, that's fine. If that's your opinion, that's fair. It's a valid opinion. Even if I don't agree with it, it's a valid opinion. However, those same people got PPP loans and they were forgiven and were like, yeah, I'm not paying it back if they're not making me pay it back. It's like, dude, you took out a loan, pay it back. Like one or the other. You can't have both. Like, literally, you can't have both. Please. Ugh. Anyway. Why did I put it in a field? Because this is technically the botany guild. So they need to grow things, which is why I added a small garden here. I made all the wheat field here. I made the little garden area here. Pretty much anything to do with plants. Kind of want to add more grass, but I think the green amongst the gray is actually very beautiful. Although I would like a little bit more. Like, that pops so much more since it's just surrounded by desolate stone. Lukewarm take. That's fair. I don't like arguing or being a part of confrontation. And at the end of the day, like, I don't think fighting is going to necessarily solve problems. And not every battle's worth fighting, because even if you fight and you win an argument, you're not really changing any minds or any hearts. It's just a lot of effort for absolutely zero benefit. Schools meet the legal definition of child abuse? Also, hello anime. I'm not sure I've seen you here before, but that is great. That's great sarcastically, like, oh my god. Yeah, hypocrite. 100% hypocrite. That same coworker, by the way, grew up in, what is it called? Subsidized housing. I forget what it's called. But basically, like, the state subsidizes your housing. You basically pay nothing and you live somewhere nice. I didn't even have that growing up, so it was like his family was broke. His mother definitely struggled to take care of him on her own. She was probably also receiving food stamps and possibly even welfare if it was that bad. I don't know the finer details. He doesn't share too much, especially once we kind of use that as an argument against his argument. A little bit more reserved with that information. And it's like, again, like, you got yours, fuck everyone else. Pardon the strong language, but like, come on, man. Like, it helps you, but like, what about the next guy? What about the next you? What about the next kid that needs help and he's just gonna end up homeless or growing up on the street or in some gang or something just so he can put food on the table and keep himself safe? Fun fact, by the way, the reason... I don't know too much about the topic. I'm not an expert, by the way, but from my understanding, one of the reasons why crime is so bad in impoverished areas is just because people want a decent life, and that's pretty much their only option for the most part, which is sad. Obviously, like in better neighborhoods, you don't have that problem, and it's not because you have more police or whatever. It's just because you don't have desperate people just trying to survive. Yeah, it's really funny how anime's first thing, as far as I know, said in live stream was that it's a yeah, non-politically, hypocrites suck, and there's so many hypocrites. Like, there's so many, what is it, people that actively fight against gay rights, and it's just like, I don't think I can take the middle road here. If you're fighting against, like, if you fight to take the rights away from someone else, especially in America, like the whole personal right, personal freedom thing, the government shouldn't take away my freedoms kind of mentality, that's hugely hypocritical right off the bat, and you suck for that. I won't take the middle road there at all. I will actively say you kind of suck for that. I wouldn't even say kind of. It's a really douchey opinion or political view. But regardless, a lot of those people, the ones advocating against gay people, are secretly gay. And now there's two reasons for that. A, because it's like the guys that like tattle on everyone, like, oh, look at what they're doing, or they're not doing their work, are the ones usually not doing any work, is because by pointing out someone else, you keep the attention off of yourself, or you make yourself valuable enough that, you know, they let you slide a little bit. Somewhere along those lines. The other thing is shame, in that you're actually shameful of your thing. It's like, this is not necessarily a guilty pleasure, but like, you know, you're ashamed of what you like yourself, so you take that own self-hatred and aggression out on the other people that can have that freedom to go out and be themselves. Because I will say there's a lot of people, even independent adults that aren't even living with their family anymore, that aren't allowed to be themselves because of the societal standards that surround them. And you have the option, sure, to just be like, well, screw that. I'm just going to be a social outcast and be whoever the fuck I want to be. But you have to give up a lot, sometimes literally your entire life, to just be yourself. And that really fucking sucks. And I know a lot of people in that position, you know, they're secretly gay or anything besides what they present themselves as. But yeah, that's kind of how it works, is that a lot of those people literally hate themselves. In fact, a lot of the angriest people I know, it's so clear they hate themselves, or they at least hate something about themselves. And it's usually the thing they hate about others too. In fact, even I was that way a lot. Like, I would occasionally meet other people that I absolutely hated, and it's usually people that were very similar to me. Ironically, a lot of people that busted a bunch of jokes, or were always very silly. Not always, but for the most part. And that's because I always saw myself in them, and I realized I hated myself so much. And that's the exact same thing. Like, if you hate yourself, you hate the people that you hate in yourself, you know? So, like, if you're secretly gay and you hate that about yourself, you're going to hate gay people way more than you usually would. Because, like, I feel like the hatred is almost at a certain level irrational. At least not that I've ever heard a rational argument for Like to dislike something is one thing, but to actively like fight against something, you've got to have like a dog in the fight. You know what I mean? Like, oh, a gay woman took my girlfriend or something. Like, you had to have been personally slighted by that community specifically. Now, granted, hatred is also taught. Unfortunately, in the South, when I was younger, I was taught a lot of racism. And I grew past that, but it's very easy to absorb that and never question it, especially when you're in a community that constantly reinforces that. And again, it's just one of those really weird things. But again, there's a huge difference between just like passively hating something and talking crap about it and then actively fighting against it, which is just absurd, especially when it doesn't affect you at all. That's the funny thing about rights. Like, again, like giving people more rights doesn't take yours away or makes yours any less special. It's kind of been proven before, like when women got rights to vote, it didn't really change much. Made the country better overall, but it didn't like take away or make it less special for men. I guess for certain men, sure, but like overall, objectively, no. But anyway, huge tangent about that. Kind of jumped around subjects a lot, and we're also an hour in, and I haven't actually built anything yet. I've just done a lot of talking and then sermon. But hopefully that's something you guys like about my channel and me personally. But yeah, also if it wasn't obvious by some of my remarks, I firmly believe, politics aside, I believe in taking care of my fellow humans. And when I say human, it doesn't really matter who or what you are. You are humans. You are my kin. I believe in taking care of people. And not even just people, animals too. You get the idea. I'm a very kind, loving person, and I care about everyone. And hopefully that shows in how I treat everybody. And I always try to present that very well, that I do care and love all of you. In fact, that's one of the reasons I've come back to do more videos. Like, I love Minecraft, and YouTube is fun and definitely gives me a sense of validation, but the main reason is for you guys, because I was a big part of some of your childhoods and even still today. And the fact that I could have a positive impact on the world in whatever capacity I could means a lot to me. So I love people, and I want to be the thing that I never had in the world. You know, a positive influence, somebody. Like, I'm not perfect by any means, but compared to some of the other people out there, I definitely feel more people could learn a thing or two from me. And again, that feels weird to say because it feels like I'm humble bragging, but like, kindness and compassion is something that a lot of people should have in their hearts. If you don't learn it from me, then there are plenty of other people you should learn that from. Of course, if most of you are here watching this today, with the type of community my channel and my community on itself attracts, you're already on the path to that. I'm almost certain. Everyone here watching now, everybody in my Discord, everybody that ever watches my videos, if you are not already a good person, you are on your way to becoming a good person. Just because good people tend to attract other good people. And if there's one thing I'm not afraid to be proud of myself, it's that I am a good person, or at the very least I try to be. Now, I'm never perfect, obviously, no one is, but for the most part, I always try to do more good than bad in the world. I should probably get back to Minecraft. I think I killed the chat for a second there. But yes, I'm proud of all of you. I know a lot of you are struggling in your own ways. We all are. But the important thing is to never stop, never give up, never, because it's really easy to be an asshole or easy to be selfish, and even then, it's okay to be selfish once in a while, because at the end of the day, like, you can't give 100%. You need to take a little too. Being an asshole, as long as you never do it intentionally, or even when you do, you at least try to make up for it. But yeah, that's the important part. Being good is hard, no matter what your nature is. It's actually a really interesting quote, because in Skyrim, when you talk to the dragon, spoilers for like a ancient game at this point, I want to say 12 years old, but it might actually be older. Is it nobler to be born good and never do a bad deed, or nobler to be born bad and overcome your evil nature through good? And I'll tell you right now, no matter what, I don't think either is more noble, because at the end of the day, no matter who you are or your circumstances, it's very easy to do bad things, because they're always the easier option, or even the most beneficial option, like 90% of the time. And then when all you've ever done is good, the first time you do something bad, or when you get into a rough situation, it's very easy to break bad. Like, you were a good person, and then you go through a rough patch, a hardship. That's what I meant, a hardship. And it's very easy to stray from that and take the easier option, take the thing that will fix your problem the quickest, easiest way, so you could go back to what you were doing. And it's really easy to do. Some people have the fortune of never having to deal with that. I try to share the wisdom that I've obtained over the years. I've spent the better part of my life trying to learn and grow. And I feel like keeping the wisdom to myself isn't benefiting anyone. It's like watching somebody struggle while playing a new game, because on one hand you want them to experience it on their own and figure things out, but you can still also guide them in a very healthy, productive manner. Why are you doing that? Why are none of the other ones doing that? But you know what? I don't want to bother with that, so we're just going to do that. I think it's just the nature of that. Like, it tries to spread there, and then it tries to spread onto that, and it can't, so it breaks. Weird, but whatever. Ooh, I need to drink some water. My throat's getting dry. Oh. But yeah, I try to at least set people on the right path. I could, but just getting rid of that work too. I don't think vines grow up. I think they only grow over and down. It's kind of silly. I wish they didn't grow over. You know, overall, I feel like that would be fine as long as you could just trim them like other plants. Ugh, my throat's killing me. Sacred hamster? Who's Sacred Hamster? Oh, that's a friend from another Discord. We'll get to that later. Don't want to... excuse me. Interrupt the live stream. Okay, now we need to actually build something. Unless you guys get me off on another tangent, but... You know, that would actually be very interesting. Have a live stream challenge where you guys try to incite me to go on a tangent or a sermon about something, and I have to resist. All right. So I want to build something over here. My options are more alchemical labs, a market of some sort, housing of some sort. I could also kind of make it like a little garden area, like instead of like basically kind of like up here, because that's kind of what that would do very well, and it would kind of fit this theme very well. Oh, it's one of those things where it's like when you play a game and you have like an empty slot and you're like, do you want to put like an alchemy lab here, or like a hospital or something, but you can only put one of them. And each one gives different benefits. I forget which game has that. I know there's a few. First one I'm thinking of is World of Warcraft. Warlords of Draenor. But I know other games did that too. I just cannot remember off the top of my head. Take a drink when Tyken goes on a tangent. You'll just... Tangent 132. God, I didn't come here to be roasted, okay? Jeez. ADHD Tyken versus chat. Good lord. You guys are brutal. But yeah, definitely got the ADHD. But I'm also just very passionate about the topics. I think everyone enjoys that, but I guess the thing I'm most passionate about is being nice to people. Like literally, like why would I want to see somebody be hungry or cold? Like even at work the other day, my coworker, his hands were so dry that they were literally splitting at the knuckle, and not just those little fissures, like literally across the entire top of his knuckle, like deep. It wasn't a little paper cut. It looked like he cut himself. I thought he hit himself with like a grinder wheel or something. No, his hands were just that dry. So I was just like, let me go get you a Band-Aid. He's like, no, I'm fine. You know, toxic masculinity stuff. Hyper independency. So I'm like, no, I'm gonna go get you a Band-Aid. So I go to the first aid kit, grab him a Band-Aid. He puts it on. He's like, all right, I'll put it on for your sake. So you're gonna have to look at it. I'm like, whatever, just put it on. And then like I bust out my hand cream, which is this stuff. This is what I've been using recently. I got this from Costco. Well, you can find it at Costco. My partner actually got me this for Christmas. There we go. O'Keefe's Working Hands Cream. This actually works really well, especially if you put gloves on afterwards. And I was like, dude, put this stuff on and then put on your gloves, or your hands aren't going to get better. And I don't want that. And like all the time too, like I'll always bring snacks to work in case, you know, get a little hungry, or like my lunch doesn't fill me up quite all the way, or I get a little hungry right before you leave. I don't want to go home starving, you know. So otherwise, you just eat a bunch of garbage. But I always share stuff. I always have stuff. I always share stuff because I don't want to see people suffer. I don't want to see them go hungry or uncomfortable. It's just something I can't do. Even if somebody I don't like, I can't stand to watch somebody suffer unnecessarily. Like, you know, there's some times where there's literally nothing you can do, but for the most part, those times are very few and far in between. And you don't have to, like, you know, give the shirt off your back, but like, 'cause I get it. The economy's rough right now. When I say the economy, I mean capitalism. There's nothing wrong with the economy right now. The economy's freaking booming, better than it's ever been. But, you know, it's the people that are suffering, so whatever. Not going to get on that tangent. But what I'm saying is, you know, give what you can when you can. If everybody did that, the world would be a much better place. And yeah, ADHD. I think that's also what attracts people to my channel, other neurodivergence. Okay. So we need to actually start building something. I can't keep talking while just staring at the same thing over and over again. Although, I notice every time I go on a huge tangent, I always hover over this because it's just so beautiful. I am so happy with this design. It looks gorgeous. You know what? Actually, I do want to show you guys something real quick. What is it? This one? Actually, bad time to not be rich. Facts. Oh god. Oh, okay. So, first of all, this is the forge area before I finished a lot of it. Like, that area, the little area over here really adds a lot. Before I added the tower, the watchtower, before I even started on the wizard's tower, like, this is a fairly older save. 5-6 months ago? Before I added anything over here. Like, look at how different it is. I really should do before and after pics. This still hasn't been touched since I finished it. Haven't really touched this since I finished it. I haven't really redone this. I just finished this area more. Before I added the little minecart area. I think that's all I'd done over here. I think the inside of the tavern was already complete at this point for the most part. And then, yeah, so like, since then, heavily modified the forge, added a tower, added a huge garden area, added the alchemy area, added like a little pathway there, which I'm currently working on. Added the little park area right there. There we go. So yeah, done a lot. Oh, added the little watchtower here, which I still really like. Alright, let's swap back over to the actual stream. Capitalism. So, I did actually plan on doing a mushroom forest, but not right here. I don't quite feel like that fits, because typically mushrooms either grow in dark, damp places. And granted, this is a cave, but what I meant is less, we just had this settled, urbanized, I guess. So I planned on either having a big mushroom farm area, not like a farm, but like a forest over here, or down over here. Because down here makes a lot of sense, and it's like the perfect spot for that. Although it's a little cramped, I kind of like it. In fact, this entire area down here could be a massive mushroom forest. I really like that. Although, as I've said before, I want a lot of this to be, like... I don't want you to have to hunt for stuff. I want things to be, like... How do I describe this? Not necessarily obvious, but, like, noticeable from a distance. Even though you have to kind of, like, hunt for it over here. So maybe I could have, like, some mushroom stuff here, and then, like, a bigger mushroom thing down there. It's like, maybe it connects. Yeah. Or, I don't know if this actually connects or not. At least not directly. What is this song? Cast theme. Oh, another Zelda one. I was like, it sounds faintly Zelda, but I have not played the Wind Waker, so don't recognize a lot of this music. You know what, guys? I'm drinking a lot, so I need to go fix that real quick. I'll be right back. Oh, that's better. So I'm not sure if you guys noticed, by the way, since last I streamed, like December, basically redid my office area. We got a couch now, which is great. Partner's parents is getting rid of it. It's like a love seat, like 2-seater, but both of them recline individually. It's sick. Kind of old and janky, but then printer next to that, and you can't really see it, but I threw up some Christmas lights, so we can have, because we're both neurodivergent, so having like bright light be a little difficult. So you want something that's just like just enough to add a little bit of light, but not too much. The cool thing is I got one of those extension cords that have like a little step button, so you can like turn it on and off, and it also goes up the wall, so it's nice. Can't really see it from here, but the button was kind of long, so what I did is I just ran it up the wall, and I put the button right next to the light switches by the door, so you can just come in and like slam the button and turn the lights on and off. And then I have an old TV right here. You can see. Oh, I dropped my camera. Sorry, guys. Okay. Maybe a little down more. Okay. So the TV. I've had it forever, and we just never used it because, you know, who needs more than one TV? At least in a tiny ass apartment. But I really like hanging out in the office, and my partner really likes hanging out in the living room. So what I decided to do, the tool cart it's sitting on, by the way, got it from work. They thrown it away. It's great because it's a little rolling tool cart, so it's in front of the closet door, and I can just roll it away if I ever need to get in there. Because like I love the big sliding doors, but it takes up an entire freaking wall. Just like that door right there. All it does is lead to the bathroom behind it, and I don't know why there's a door here, because you literally just walk right out the door, take a left, and you're right there. It saves almost no time to go through a door there. So we just block it, because why take up extra floor space or wall space if you don't have to? And then, yeah, so the TV in the cart, really nice. Hooked up my Switch there, so I could just like hang out in here, keep my computer on if I need it, and still play some games. Really cool. Shelf bracken mushrooms? Huh. Bracken mushrooms? Oh, I know what you're talking about. Fun fact, by the way. So, one of my good friends, Ayla, actually made these for Christmas for me and my partner. It's like a little wooden piece of thing, and that's clay. It's painted. It's got like moss under it, and it's got the little shelf mushrooms. Really cute. She's watching right now, but we really like it. But yeah, those are the mushrooms you're talking about. So, okay. What are we doing? Bracken statue below it? Oh, you talking about the thing from Lethal Company? Yeah, Lethal Company Bracken. Okay. Yeah. This good friend I've had since I've lived in Flagstaff. So holy crap, we've been friends for like 10 years. Maybe longer. She and her husband also play my D&D game on Tuesdays. They've been good friends for the longest time. She also has ADHD, but she's just coming to realize that now. I mean, to be fair, I've always suspected I had ADHD, and then also a bunch of other mental things that I've only really started to delve into in my mid-30s now. The Flower Man. I don't think he's a flower man. Isn't it? Is like a black spiky creature? Leather Company. I think I'm gonna get something entirely different if I type in Leather Company. Oh, he kind of does look like a flower. Huh. I have not played this at all. It looks like a lot of fun, though. I feel like that game is fine by itself, but tons of fun with friends. All right, let's just start throwing stuff down and see what sticks. A little further back, so we can always build into the wall. I always like this song. What is it? The World Revolving. I don't know what that is from. I think it's another Zelda game. I think it's one like the Twilight ones or something. Okay, so a little door right there. And then I kind of want to like cram all these together. Kind of like shops I saw in Japan, effectively. Maybe not even fully separated. So yeah, here's what I'm thinking. Another 4 spot right there. And then put the door right here. And then effectively you could have, we're just gonna use stairs as a display. You know what, let's just use these so they're more noticeable. Shoot. There we go. So like a little thing like that, and then another table right here. And I guess you could also have another table right here. Maybe. And then that way that would give us a little bit of space right here in the middle to kind of have just like a small divider. Just a very small one. Of course, I don't want it too uniformed. Huh. All right, we're just throwing down stuff and seeing what sticks. I feel like this could actually be like a small little shop you go into with like maybe 1 or 2 things outside, or maybe stairs that go up to the houses. Deltarune? Okay. Speaking of which, I really want to play that. I tried playing Undertale, but I did not like the combat system. The story and overall everything else looked amazing. Interesting. Huh. Okay. I knew Lethal Company had lore. I thought, yeah, interesting. Okay. So what do we want to do here? Another door, perhaps. Maybe right there. And then... I don't want this to be so symmetrical or perfect, because there's like a lot of space right here. So I'm thinking actually... something more More like this, perhaps. And then... I feel like that's too much. Just like a little baby bump of divider. Kind of feel like that makes that one look like it's really in the corner, but also why it's such a terrible space. It's a nice little sizable shop right here. And I think like what you guys said, houses on top make a lot of sense. Or at least something on top. Oh, trick is you don't combat. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. I'll have to take that into consideration. Maybe I'll try playing again. Okay, so it gets tighter again right here. So I almost wonder if I should push this back one more. Let's see how this looks. So first of all, throw these down. Get another one of these guys. Could just do something like that. And then kind of across the way. So like you gotta pass through all their goods to get there, or go around. I guess the other good thing about this one is you get way more shelf space. I want to say... Maybe I do want to have a little divider right there. Not sure how I want to do this. It's a really tight corner. I don't think you can do much here. I guess this could just be like, bunk. Actually, one more over. Oh god, my tummy hurts. I do not know why it hurts so bad. I had snooze today. Great breakfast place, FYI. But I don't think that's what upset my tummy. So I could still do something here, but it wouldn't be a shop. It would just be like a house, maybe? Less of a house. So we got like 3 shops right here. Actually, hold on. So, given the space that I have, I think, especially if I get rid of this little lake right here, I do still want to do something with the lake, but I don't think feasibly there's much I can do, and it kind of takes up a lot of space. So I'm thinking is, Right here would be a great spot for some housing. But it makes more sense for you to pass through a commercial area. So I'm pretty sure they would try to shoehorn that in regardless of design. Oh no. Did my game freeze? Oh, I pressed a reload button somehow. I don't know what I pressed. Okay, let's get some sponges. Bah. Goodbye, water. Might open that back up. We'll see what happens. I know I said I want to build with the terrain, but for the most part, I feel like we are doing a little bit of terraforming, because all we're doing is just getting rid of a small piece of... I'd say a relatively small piece. Like, I could knock this out in a few minutes, especially with like a enchanted pick or something. Oh god, please. What are you doing? The biggest problem with having ADHD is my brain can only focus on really one thing at a time. Like, I could do a bunch of things all at once, but I can only really focus on one. And sometimes you need to have focus to do things. Like building. I can either build or talk a lot. Fit like 12 Walmarts here. You could fit 12 Walmarts in this bad boy. Slaps the hood of the trunk of the Grand Canyon. I think that makes a little bit more sense too, because like the baker would probably be super close by. Yeah, this is a nice little area. Obviously have maybe some stalls along the boardwalk area. Means I can also pull these out more from the wall. At least these back two. Or just kind of give it like a little bit of a yard. We'll find out in a minute. I also really like putting a little fence right there. Just like a little nubbin of a fence. It's like, hey, this is kind of where the boundary ends, but we're not going to put up a full fence. It's like what's it? It's like the LaCroix of fencing. I found that joke way too funny. I'm sorry, guys. Again, I'm using path blocks, but I feel like there's going to be a much better option, because this... I'm not really feeling the vibe of this, but we'll figure it out as we go. So, I don't know, maybe you're like right about here. LaCroix fencing. Someone thought about a fence while building it. Somebody laid some materials down where a fence might be. There's this TikTok that I really enjoyed. It's like flavor engineers at LaCroix, and they have like all of the standard ones. Like they open up a bag of like blueberries and like waft it near a glass of water and then seal it back up. There's another one where they like take a strawberry and then just like rub it on the side of the glass. Then I think there's a few others you could totally do with that, but my favorite was they had a phone and they sit up next to the glass of water and you see like blueberry calling. I love that. One I just thought of is like staring wistfully at a picture of a lemon while drinking soda water. Dun, 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 dun. I really like this one. Who doesn't love the Me Channel music? So we're gonna want some little bit of a pathway through here. I should probably lay down this pathway so I have a vague idea of what we're doing with it. Bum, bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-bum, ba-dum. Bum, bum, bum. Ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. I feel like Nintendo's gonna get on me in like a heartbeat. Nintendo does not like when you do anything with their IPs. They're basically the Disney of video games. Empty mango crate. I have not heard of We Shop Bling. Let me check that out. Not right now, but I'm gonna... We Shop Bling. What, really? Who is this by... Okay, I'm gonna have to look at that later. Definitely recommend posting the link in the Discord in case I don't find the right one, but thinking about that fruit when they made it. Mango sitting across the room. What else? You know, sincerely, 100%, when I tried the strawberry, I don't think it was LaCroix. I don't think LaCroix has strawberry. Do they? No, they don't. It was Bubbly. Bubbly was the one I tried that had strawberry, and I love strawberry, so I was super excited for that. So I got it, and I tasted it, and I was just like, this tastes like somebody rinsed off strawberries and then carbonated that water. And not in a good way. Like the strawberries that taste really latexy. The really shiny strawberries. Which, by the way, the really shiny strawberries taste like garbage. I'm sorry, they look beautiful. They last longer, but they taste like garbage. I don't think I have a latex sensitivity. I just have a really good sense of taste. And a lot of fruit, including strawberries, I believe, have latex in them. And they taste like latex. Let me go ahead and double check that, actually. Yeah, so avocado, banana, chestnut, huh? Kiwi, passion fruit, plum, strawberry, and tomato. Interesting. So yeah, if you have a latex allergy, fun fact, but I can actually taste the latex in them, which is weird. But like the really shiny strawberries literally tastes like I'm licking a latex glove. It's disgusting. I can't handle it. Maybe right about here. Gives two nicely cordoned off areas. I think I want a full shop and then just like a little corner area that's like covered. So like here's what I'm thinking. I think I'm just gonna do that. Yeah, that looks good. And then basically the whole little area would just be like, here's the door. And then shelves basically. Let's do literally anything else so it's more noticeable. Coconut uncut sitting on a table. Ignoring it entirely. the fact that he's ignoring the coconut specifically really gets me. That's great. It's a really great ad. It's kind of a bit smaller than I wanted. I think it's only because of this right here. Alternatively, could do something like yay, and that could just be pseudo open. I was gonna make that a window, but that seems kind of weird now. Definitely need some window front. Because there's gonna be another shop here though, so I don't know. I don't know what to do. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing with this, but I do know I want two of the bigger shops here, even maybe just one big shop. And then I think a few stalls, maybe another shop on the wall, like in the wall right there. So I'm thinking maybe blacksmith up there, bakery, general store, something small, some stalls, 2 or 3 maybe, and then residential. Ooh, we can even do like a cute little arc where it kind of comes up. And it's like, welcome to Arkville. You know, like something super cheesy. Arkvale. We're the only vale that has an arc to it. Haha, we're special. Check out our neat little gimmick. It's not going to look like this, obviously. This is horrendous, but you get the idea. A little arc. Oh, shoot. I came up with a great pun the other day. I cannot remember what it was. Rosewood stalls? Arkmart. I don't think I know what a rosewood stall is. Yeah, alternatively, we can also get rid of that, trim it up a little bit. There we go. Something like that. That looks horrible. I should actually keep it that way. Really sells it. It's just a ramshackle. Arkmart. Yeah. Oh. Ooh, I like that. Okay, so let's see. The Rosewood Boardwalk. We even have like little corner stalls since it's got an angle. I don't super like their boxy L's, but I'm sure once we build them, they'll look a lot better. You know, though, maybe that's what we should make Crimson look like, more like Rosewood. Oh god, I hit the shader button again, didn't I? I did. Rosewood color. Apparently there's a bunch of different variants, but it looks more of like a burgundy, maybe? Like a really brownish red. Maybe a little orangish too. Really depends on the species. Oh, here's a huge list of rosewoods. Huh. I guess rosewood is a species because that one definitely isn't red. Plus rosewood added to the texture list. Replaced with a full block and put a button on? Why a button? Oh god. More images of your clock or images of what you're recommending? Oh wow, that is a nice roof. That is huge though. Like, it's so big, anti-aliasing is having a field day with it. That's just a little too big, you know? Is this Tetris? It is. It's really chill Tetris. I dig it. Bum 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 da bum ba-dum bum bum. I wonder if I could do something like that, perhaps? I mean, it works. I just don't super like it. I guess I could do something like that. It helps a little bit. It still looks a little too squared for me. I don't know if there's anything else I could do about that, though. Can't really round off edges, and there's not really a corner block. I was thinking maybe I could use walls. Again, I kind of want that gap underneath. The shaft. Something more sus? You mean more sus than shaft? Finish the head. Head game strong. What could we do? We could do like a little fence. Maybe? I don't feel like that fits in the slightest. Like, even if I did something like this. Well, I have crimson fence. So what if I did that? That still looks freaking awful. My goodness. I don't think wall would be much better for the same reason. Well, it connects at least. Still looks terrible. Doesn't really take off that edge. I don't know what else I could use. I'm sure there's a, I wouldn't say an obvious answer, but a better solution. Yeah, we're trying to do like little stalls. I'm feeling so sleepy. On the bottom fence post to build it up. Oops. Sign. Sing. Wait, why is that sing? Why does it have a sing tag? I'm not sure. It's an interesting development regardless. Okay. Such a big yawn. Big eepies. Huh. I need to get those on the same page. But no, that doesn't look good. Why are the signs doing that? Okay, other suggestion. Wall. I guess it blends in more. See, my other idea was something like this. And then just put like a trapdoor or something on it. That looks really bad, especially at the corner. So, Crimson fences on top of the nether wall? Use a corner stair, then use a fence post. Okay, first of all, that looks better, but the fact again that it's just like a big gap right there looks bad. Oh, different hordes have different songs. Interesting. Corner stair, then use a fence post. So again, the problem is I can't really make it a full corner without putting another one behind it. Which, again, is good, but it doesn't really do much to cut the corner since the corner is still there. Again, I'm a firm believer we just need, like, quarter blocks. And half slabs that do everything. So yeah, I could do this. I guess that's fine. Although I think I would want different color posts just to kind of break it up and make it not all one color. Also, rosewood is expensive, so like, you know. Ba-na-na-na-na-na. No, the other way. Then I think I actually need to bring this forward one as well. Ugh, why am I so sleepy all of a sudden? I think I just need a nap. You guys want to watch me live stream a nap? I doubt it. And if you did, I'm not sure I'd be okay with that. So we'll table that issue. I almost want to push that one back one more. So, yeah, actually, that's what I was thinking. A large umbrella instead of just like a tarp. Or maybe like one of those triangle ones. You know, where it's like post, and that's like the low point, and then it goes up to a single point. I'm not sure I could do that with carpets and this limited amount of space, but that's what I was considering. All right. Let's get some crates in here. Compost. Why do you connect to that? Why? I don't want that. Whatever. Kind of must feel like this one should go up one more. One of my neighbors is making a weird noise outside. You know, now that I think about it, replace the fences that are trying to connect with fence. Oh, with fence gates. The problem is I'm not sure I'd be able to do it with that one or that one. Regardless, good idea. Fence gates. Oops. Can't really do too much with the corner ones. Alternatively, could do something more like this. Just widen it out a little bit. I think I'm still gonna have some connection issues, but that's fine. As long as it's towards the back, mostly. Oops. Oops. That's a great idea. Toast. I almost said sell. Shows how much I'm paying attention. Actually, it shows how sleepy I am. I don't know why I'm so sleepy. To be fair, I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, but I don't know why it's suddenly hitting me. Maybe we'll end a little bit early. We'll see if it passes. These stalls are looking good. What was that other thing? So I remember seeing people use other blocks with just some like, what's the word? Trapdoors. Actually makes me wonder. We do have... Oh, crimson trapdoors. What does cherry blossom wood look like naturally? Interesting. So I see like cherry blossom stain. But I don't think that's the color. I don't think cherry blossom really has that much of a hue to it. I think it's just the flowers or the petals that are pink. I don't think the wood is pink. I mean, if I'm looking at this wood, it looks like a natural wood color, perhaps with like a faint bit of orange or red to it. Yeah, the problem is I don't want pink stalls. So I'm thinking we should do is take the cherry wood textures and tone them to match everything else. I still am also not super happy with the crimson ones, because again, like, what can you really do with red wood? It doesn't really fit in a lot of spots unless you just specifically want a red dyed wood. Anyway, so what I was thinking is I also need to redo all the trapdoors in general. I want them to be solid doors. Like, I want them to be an actual door. There's no real need to have, like, a window on them. I feel like some of them, they can have slats, especially because, like, they have some purposes. Like, I think I was using jungle or acacia for, like, crab pots or something. So, like, you can have some that have open, but for the most part, I think having more flat surfaces look better. But anyway, so what I was thinking is, at least for some of the stalls, what we could do is do, people are using some kind of texture blocks. What was it? I think it was coral they were using. See, I don't know if we can use coral. Because I'd have to find some way to, like, keep it alive. But they were doing something like this. And now you have, like, a box of blueberries. Ta-da! Is that gonna die? Yeah, because they all have dead versions. Yep, there it is, it's dead. It's dead, Jim. Plumwood smells delicious. Interesting. Okay, let's see. What textures can we use to look like other things? I'm sure I can go on Reddit real quick. But also, I might think of something that they don't. I don't think I want to use gems of any sort. That could be something. Boxo leaves. Nylium? Soul sand? I don't think that would work. Maybe. Trying to be creative here and see what we can come up with. Glowstone. Huh. That's interesting. I think I think that just has the same texture. Well, that one looks darker, so maybe. I see you guys posting. Give me a second. I'm focused. Alright, what you guys got to say? Nylium? What do you mean, did I just kazoo without a kazoo? Oh, I didn't know it could be under it. That's a good idea. When did I do kazoo? Was I that unfocused I didn't realize I did a kazoo? Ooh, that's an idea. Plant stuff. You know, we'll try what we have real quick. You know, we'll just use this one. Oh no, I got rid of whatever block that was. Glowstone. Doesn't look bad. Almost looks like a pile of gold coins. Ooh, or glowberries. That could be glowberries. I like that. That doesn't look good at all. Ugh. That looks like it's more of like a stew, which could be very interesting. Which also reminds me, if we made iron trap doors a solid block. Because see, I'm torn. I really like this, but on the other hand, a solid one would essentially allow us to make our own cauldrons and put whatever the heck we want in it. Which is cool, because that actually looks like lava, too. In fact, you could even get away with magnum. Maybe like really cooled lava. That doesn't look as cool, though. Petzold. That just looks like a composter. It looks like a better composter. Maybe we should change that. That looks interesting. Warped Nylium. Again, that looks more like a stew, like a liquid more than anything else. And that just looks like the texture of our mushrooms pasted over and over again. I think we need to fix that. That doesn't look particularly good in my opinion. It's probably a temp texture that we never thought to fix. Again, more of a liquid. Also, what the heck's going on here? There's some like weird noise pixels. What other... This could be like ice, ironically. You know, actually, let's look at ice too. Why not? Let's try that too. I don't think that would help. Oh. I just don't think we have a lot of textures that would look good for that. Maybe I'll go on Reddit and see what blocks other people are using. Get some vague ideas and then see where we're lacking. Obviously do like a creative coal or other raw ore. Interesting. I do like that idea as well. Yeah, that doesn't really scream anything to me. Although it's shifting colors. See, that's actually really interesting. Selling blocks of ice. Or, you know, it would be actually really interesting. I've been toying around with this idea, or potentially getting a mod for it, but item frame. Or perhaps maybe making the glow frames invisible, but like, bam, bam, bam. Like imagine you can see through that, oops. And then you just have ice or fish on the ice. Not that you can really see it very well either. I swear I want to make 3D models of like all of the items, so you could actually place it down and make it look cool. Raw iron? Alright. Pretty sure those are supposed to pop, but I think... That doesn't look like anything. At least not... Oops. At least not by itself. Let's try honey block. Okay, that actually looks interesting. Again, like liquid. But I really like the depth of it. I really like that, actually. I think that's all the blocks we tried besides coral. Coral! Water. I'm pretty sure that's a half slab. Yep. Okay, so we'll do... Actually, we don't even have to do anything. Bop. Okay, so we got really big bluebirds, or some kind of blue fruit at least. No idea what this possibly be. It's like little discs of some sort. I don't think that's usable. Huh. Again, almost looks like a stew of some sort. And... creative, like, glowstone powder or something? I don't know. Alright. I need to use the bathroom again. I'll be right back. Okie dokie. I am back. Purple meth. Great. Let's see. Detail, craft, filled crates. Nope, not what I'm looking for. Oh, that's a really cute stall there. Oh, great, I'm on Pinterest. I don't want to be on Pinterest. Every time I search for stuff now, I have to specifically type, like, minus Pinterest. Because, like, you see a few cool things, but then, like... then you get, like... try to click on something, and it's like, nope. Maybe if I just type in regular crates? 8 crate designs. Alright. Nope, those are all terrible. From 8 years ago. My God, trapdoors were... My God, I feel so old. No. Well, I was hoping this is gonna be a little bit quicker so I could just like see an example. But I'm not seeing anything. Huh. Well. Yep, I'm not seeing anything. Ooh, that's interesting, actually. I have no idea what that could possibly be. Maybe some other kind of meth. Huh. I wish you could like waterlog glass, and if you did that, it made the glass look like colored water. Or at least like an aquarium of some sort. I don't know. Ah, perfect idea, guys. All right, come and get your barrel of fire. Get it while it's fresh. Fresh barrel of fire. Beef in a witch's brew? Maybe. Again, the problem is a lot of these crates don't look like dry goods. They look like wet goods. Big yawn. Ugh, such a yawn. Seaweed, maybe. Wheat. Beehive. Come and get your box of beehive. Get your beehive. Get your beehive. Step right up. Get your beehive. Get your crate of spinning book. Get your crate of pot, guys. Nobody else will see you sell you a pot of crates. Or a crate of pot. Sounds like a really crappy D&D magical item. The crate of pot. You mean pots? No, it has a single pot. Oops. I wanted that cauldron. I'm just getting all these silly ideas now. I know some items can be placed, but I don't want to scroll through all of these. And yet here I am, scrolling through all of them. Okay. So, seaweed. I guess that could be like thread. It doesn't quite look liquidy, but it doesn't quite look like anything. What are you saying? Something floating in a pulsating liquid. Which one looked like medicine tablets? At least this actually looks like a crate of wheat. I think I made the top of the wheat texture ages ago. It does not look particularly good. It doesn't look bad. It just doesn't look good. I don't think we ever got a texture for this. I think maybe we can put some shulk on top of something to make it look like something else. Get your crate of book. Open the crate, single book. Check it out, fellas. Check it out. Crate of book. Crate of book. Step right up, get your crate of book. Why is that so amusing to me? Crate of pot. Oh, that's interesting. You could totally do something with this. I don't know what. But something. That's interesting. I'm gonna take a picture of this. Make like some kind of floor design with that. Obviously, you could also do it with carpet, I imagine. A little bit more pronounced. I'm not sure what you'd even want to do with that. Obviously, wouldn't poke through a half slab. Would poke through an item frame, I imagine. I don't think you... pressure plate? Sure. Definitely through a pressure plate. Oh, purple coral. Okay. Alright. Glowstone. Needs actual glowstone blocks. Oh, fudge. I clicked on it too many times. It's a good thing we have the water here to destroy all of the crops. No. No. I hate my life. And it's not even putting out that fire. Guys, what? No. Oh. Hey, Larry, great time. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Yeah, thanks, Stardew. This is exactly the music I wanted to listen to right now. Really jaunty, happy tune while everything's exploded. How many times have I blown up those stupid anchors? No. So Sag. Big Sag. Sagittarius. That's disheartening. Well. The dirt is very glossy. You can tell it's very wet. It looks like it's been waxed and polished. I feel like I could run across and slide like a roller rink. Actually, I don't think they polish roller rinks, but you get the idea. It looks... That's a really shiny floor. I think I need to go under settings and tell it what surfaces should not reflect. Should just get rid of all that. Seed. That's right, when you turn up the tick speed, that's when the water slows. That's why my water's been slow. I must have forgot to turn my tick speed down. It's also trippy watching it fast grow like that. It's almost like these time lapses you would see on like YouTube or Reddit. This is my time lapse of me growing wheat. Check it out. Don't forget to like and subscribe and upvote and ring the little dingly majinger. Oh. Why aren't these growing? Let's see if this helps. Okay, okay. And you don't have one. So we'll just make you grow real quick and then we'll get rid of the light. More seeds. Partner right now. Great timing. Also, congrats on having a nice date with your partner. I just had one with mine. Our anniversary was actually Wednesday. It's funny, we actually had some debate on when our anniversary should be. Should it be like the day we met, the day we went on our first date, or the day we officially became official? And I argued that it should be the day we became official. I still have that text, by the way. I saved it, at least a screenshot of it. Okay, that wasn't a lot of damage, considering, but it looked like a lot of damage, and it was really sad. It was so sad to watch. Okay. I think I'm gonna wrap up this stream early. I want to do a full 3 hours, but I'm sleepy, and that was just so demoralizing. It gets fixed now, but like, ugh. I was already struggling, and then that happened. I think I'm gonna wrap up the stream here. I'm losing energy. I'm losing brain capacity. I think I need a nap. That's the worst part about getting old. You don't realize how much you need naps. I mean, I'm really stubborn, though, so I'm probably not going to nap. I'm probably just going to lay in a puddle on the couch for twice as long when I could have actually had a nap and enjoyed the entire rest of that time. At least I'm self-aware of it. What song is this? Cosmo Canyon. Oh, it's from Final Fantasy? All right. Well, I hope you guys had fun. I've actually put in the description this time the link to Discord, the texture pack, and the mod pack that I use, complete with the shaders. So if any of you don't know of those, feel free to look in the description below. Also a link to the playlist I've been using, so get that, enjoy it. Please change into a fluid. What? Oh, face change into a fluid. No, I shan't. Oh, I definitely feel like it sometimes. All right, you guys have a great rest of your week. I will see you next Sunday. I don't believe there's any scheduling issues for then. Also, enjoy your holiday if you manage to get off on Monday. Unfortunately, I know a lot of like customer service and food service jobs don't give a crap about holidays, so I hope you have a great day regardless. I will let you know. All right, guys. You have a good one. I'll see you next week.